Hello friends. Today we are going to discuss on the mirror of the soul, navigating the seventh house. So most people think the seventh house is just a marriage. That's not true. Seventh house in Vedic astrology is a house in Kendra. That means center, and it's a pillar of your life. So directly opposite to your seventh house is of yourself. So first house is yourself, seventh house become your mirror. So if first house is I am, the seventh house become we are. So it's a mirror. So everything you can see in yourself, and the world reflects back to you through your partner, through your enemies, or through your friends, or public image. This is what the seventh house. So one call ascendant as a first house, seventh house become the descendant. And seventh house is not only and only connected with spouse. Seventh house has multiple meanings. So today we are deep dive in this karma of seventh house and the planetary shifts and the unique mysteries, which probably many of you are aware or may not be knowing. But it is a interesting conversation we can do today on this. Uh, so first of all, seventh house is, yes, as per the Vedic astrology, is your spouse, partner, your wife, your husband. You can say that. So in the life of any human being, the first addition of karma starts at marriage. While you say we have siblings and your parents, but this is like you born with those karma. With you have parents or siblings or all kind of people, relatives you born with them. The first karma get addition at the seventh house is your wife or your husband, and the second karma gets added when you have a child. So these are the two prominent events in your life. So how to see the seventh house is good, bad, ugly, or great, or how is the overall meaning of the seventh house? So the great sages as well as the Lord, I will say, Guru Sanjay Rath has once said that a marriage is a marriage, but marriage is a between union of two people, two souls. So what happens is, if in Indian mythology we actually used to call vivaha, it's called Vishnu Vahana. So marriage is where you have a fun or uh, initial expectation or whatever the effects of the marriage, or the kind of you develop the intimacy and all, is only for basically for the children. But once you have a children, once you have everything, that converts the relationship between husband and wife into a spiritual path, the progress where you and your spouse will start getting into a path where you help each other to grow in that direction. That is called the Vishnu path, where you both will um, drive in that direction and helping each other. And that's a journey is called vivaha or marriage. Many people are just end up saying, okay, this is what is there. Secondly, there are multiple attributes of seventh house. Seventh house also shows your retail business, your daily clients, how the clients are coming to you, how you are handling the clients. Is your interest is in the business? Seventh house is also shows your your status. You will say how it's 10th house is status, but from 10th to 10th, seventh becomes the growth, or whether you have ability to achieve the progress as a leadership in the seventh house. So seventh house is very very critical in your life. You will be always remain incomplete without the addition of the seventh house. So completeness comes from the seventh house. You are an individual person, but then you marry or you have a partnership or you have a public presence that completes you. That's where the seventh house. So how the seventh house karma works? So there are two planets, critical role they play here. The one is the sun. Basically sun is debilitated here. the twilight. This is why the sun debility in the seventh house is why, because sun is the ego, I, me, myself. And if you go in a house of partnership, that is the partner or partnership, he will say, okay, he cannot able to say I must set. I think we should say we will rise together. So ego get destroyed in the seventh house, and hence sun becomes a debilitated planet in the seventh house. Conversely, if you see the Saturn is exalted in the seventh house, because Saturn represents the commitment, the boundaries, and the rituals and orthodoxness, and cold and harsh reality of the contracts. So, in marriage, is not always the hanky dory. There is always going to be a critic. There is going to be a conflict. That part of Saturn, because there is a person will judge you. Your parents don't judge you, but your family, your immediate, your spouse will obviously will judge you how you behave, because whatever they say, it's your mirror. So you always cannot say, okay, that person is bad or that person is not treating me well. It is because it is your mirror. You first get the reaction from your partner that you need to improve. So that's the first job of partner, to improve you. It's like give you elevation in your image. That's where this relationship has most important part in your life. Also, when we look at the seventh house, if you have benefits like Venus in the seventh house, it is absolutely great place for Venus because it's its own house. Venus is again a karaka of natural home, so it brings charming, you will get a beautiful partner. However, there is a secret. Venus here can create overintelligence. You might become addicted to the idea that you lose your own identity. So you just run behind for the Venus. Beauty is one of the aspects. So obviously there are certain additional aspects also will linger around you. When it comes to Jupiter, Jupiter is a brings wise philosophical partner. But understand the seventh house Jupiter. Sometimes it's not good because Jupiter loses its strength in the seventh house, and while it acts as a divine shield on your marriage, often brings growth through the spouse. But also understand the marriage or home becomes like a more of a public place. So privacy is a challenge in specifically Jupiter. And Jupiter is how will be Jupiter behave, a guru behave in a bedroom? That's the one of the question. So this is little tricky, not always bad, but yes, benefic planets has their benefic or divine blessing on your marriage. That's for sure. When it comes to moon, the partner becomes more emotional, or he will always look for companionship from you, and your mood fluctuate based on your partner's energy. If he is very low, you will also become low. He will become very active, he feel good, you also get aligned your thoughts, or and it is auto, it is not something you put efforts in, that it becomes that way only. While you get a intuitive thoughts, your but that's with the moon in the seventh house. When Mercury comes in the seventh house, communication is the love language. Everything is communicated. You need a partner who is a friend or talker or intellectual match. You will not go and finalize with any prospects as it is. You will look at the intellectual intelligence from them. But there are heavy hitters also there, like malefics. Uh, I will say first I will take as a Mars. Mars is having a Kuja dosha in the seventh house. While Kuja dosha, we will do a separate video to understand how Kuja dosha works, and there are myths and there are reality we need to find out. This brings friction. Mars brings friction and heat. Mars is also a kind of a planet supports celibacy, and hence there is a kind of challenges faced during the intimacy, and that could be a one of the challenge. It is not, but even Mars is also higher energy, it can actually bring more energy. So those doshas are we need to check. Rahu comes, it's an obsessive and unconventional partner, probably different caste or probably a different religion, or probably person from a remote area. Probably he will come and connect with you. A different culture person, he will come and connect with you. A background also well. If Saturn comes, if it is not exalted, then there is going to be 100% delay in a marriage. If Saturn is sitting in the enemy sign of Saturn, so he will create a delay, but it makes an unbreakable bond once it happens. It's a delay, but it gives a confirmation because the partner will, while he will have some kind of straightforwardness and being very very judgmental with you, but he will protect you like a fort. He will not allow others to uh, control you, so he will stop that. So that's the strength of the partner, and he will be really supportive to you. And as marriage becomes more and more wiser and older and mature, this happiness bliss will start coming. So you be a world to get the happiness, and that's I think everyone is looking for. So Saturn, considering I while it is initial very difficult, but eventually you will get used to it. Ketu is a unique. Okay, why? Because Ketu seventh house creates a sense of detachment. He is the first one who will not interested, and obviously Rahu goes in the first house, so you become self-obsessed. Ketu become detached. So this combination, it's a karmic combination, and your partner feel spiritually alone and seek connection and transcend to physical world. So I think that's area I can see the malefics works in the seventh house. Now I'll go quickly with the signature of each zodiac, what will be bring in the seventh house. So if you have a seventh house as a Aries sign, you attract assertiveness, fiery partner, and who push you more and more courageous. So his job is to push. So obviously the Aries comes into the seventh house, you becomes the Libra. And what happens is that as a Libra, you will be interested to build a relationship, and he's telling, be bold, be impulsive, and be clear on your thoughts, be courageous. If the Taurus is in the seventh house, you seek stability and luxury, and a partner who is very grounded and reliable. That's the foremost thing. So when you are looking at Taurus ascendant guys, looking for a seventh house, Scorpio ascendant seventh house is Taurus. You will always look for a grounded personality. You don't want a person with a superficial conversations. Gemini, you need a variety, okay, and mental stimulation. A partner who keeps you guessing, and that's a truth, because Gemini is himself is a opposite sign is coming is first house coming mostly a Sagittarius one. So Jupiter and Mercury, there is a kind of one intelligent and other in wisdom oriented. So there is always confusion, and but yet Geminis will be very critic and very communicative with their partner, ensure that his conversation will open up, and if you both are aligned, then it's going to be a marvelous combination. uh, Cancer in the seventh house, you attract nurturing souls. You seek a partner who feels like home for you. So you will obviously, because you are a Capricorn ascendant, and obviously seventh house become this Cancer. So what happens is that you are so busy in your work, so you need a partner who can take care you at home, because in home you want to be like a small child, and you need someone like motherly nature can control you, or care you. That's what you are expecting from the seventh house. Leo in the seventh house is you desire a very regal partner, creative, and someone you can be proud of. Okay, you will look a partner. So obviously Aquarius becomes your ascendant, and seventh house becomes the Leo sign. So obviously the partner will be regal and creative, but at the same time you will be always proud to talk about your wife. You will be always looking forward to communicate about your wife. That's a solid I will say combination works. Yet one is a Saturn, another is a Sun. There is always a conflict, but you will surrender. You are okay with that, because that's the reason the combination is like that. Aquarius guy will obviously surrender to Leo, not for him to control you, but possess you. Possess means you want someone to be, um, I will say, someone to be in the marriage, someone to be protective for you, and that's where you look at them as a perspective. Virgo, you look for a partner who is practical. Virgo in the seventh house, obviously, practical, detail oriented, and helps you organize your life. So, obviously, the Virgo in the seventh house, the first house becomes the Pisces. Pisces are, is a typical nature. They are wandering and transcending between two different worlds. Their imagination level, and sometimes you don't have a boundary. You keep There is a possibility you might, I will say, influenced by many things, and you are in your own thoughts, and someone, a practical partner is required for you to control you, to don't overboard on those emotional parameters, or kind of, what you can say, it's very uh, helping nature. It should not be also overboard on the helpingness, and that's the reason such partner is very very crucial. Libra in the seventh house, that means you are Aries ascendant. So Libra, you seek total harmony, someone who values justice and aesthetics as much as you do. So you will expect that you want to talk about I, me, myself, because you're an Aries ascendant. You talk about right now, right away, and you are like a small child. But someone in the seventh house who's a Libra, and who actually focuses on building the relationship, not disturbing the relationship. So with your nature, Librans really work well. While this is what the combination has created. Scorpio in the seventh house. That means you're a Taurus ascendant. So Scorpio, you attract intense, transformative relationship, and that involves deep psychological bonding. So conversation doesn't remain, and obviously your partner is also very secretive or having hidden knowledge. Some kind of occult interest can be there, and hence the Taurus ascendant guys always have someone who keep researching the things, keep digging out the details, and you you will always end up having this relationship or the partner like that. Sagittarius in the seventh house, you want a travel buddy, because you are a Gemini. So Gemini loves travels, fun, communication, whereas Sagittarius is a buddy who's a philosopher. So someone who expands your horizon. So you have certain thought process about any subject. His knowledge, he gives some of information which probably, as an individual, we may not able to understand, but sometimes you get a higher wisdom from your partner, and that you will love more. Capricorn in the seventh house, that means you're a Cancer ascendant, you value status, you value maturity. You likely attract someone older or very career or focused person. So you will love a person, your partner is working hard for a family, and you want to spend more time with them. Uh, Aquarius, you seek rebel and visionary. So seventh house Aquarius is giving a rebel or visionary, someone who values the friendship over a traditional rules. So you expect beyond as a marriage from your partner. You feel expect that he should be staying with you. Some of the social communication, socially event you are happening, you want your partner to be around, and you go and talk with people around it. So you, because you are a Leo ascendant, you want your wife or husband should be with you, or a partner with you, and in some of the key meetings and all, you want to take them. Pisces in the seventh house, so that means you are a practical person. You are a Virgo as in the first house, so you are a very critic, but you will need a partner who is healer, who need a partner who can give you soulful and spiritual inputs in a periodic way, and create the empathetic connection with you, and that is the expectation you are having, and you know that let him help me with the spiritual realm, I can give him the practical day to day life challenges if there I can handle. So that way you create a good team. So to conclude, the seventh house is just not to you marry, it is the gateway of the world. This is the first karma you opened up with your partner, and then you become a team, and you shows how to negotiate with the life when you have a partner with you. And if you have struggling in the seventh house, look at your first house. Often we attract what we haven't integrated into ourselves. So any lacunas we see is sometimes or is get complete always by your partner, that is your seventh house. So seventh house is where sun sets, but it is where the stars become visible and embrace reflection. That is all about seventh house. Hope you like my information about the seventh house. It we can talk many more aspects of the seventh house, but just to give a little brief how the blank chart is there, and it looks at seventh house as an aspect, and we always can go more and more with bhavat bhava or other houses connection with the seventh house. That also we can see. It is like seventh house. Just to few more points I will add. Seventh house is also your child's building. Skill building is coming from seventh house, or your father, what he's gonna gain in his life is from the seventh house, and also your mother happiness. And generally people say daughter-in-law and mother-in-law have a challenge, but many times actual happiness comes to a mother. Its core happiness comes from mother only when you get married. So that is the reason, unless there is a malefics come and they disturb the overall ecosystem or equation with between the people, but yet seventh house is so critical to gain a balance on your life. So I always say you have a half chart, the full chart get completion only after the seventh house addition happens. So that's it from my side. Hope you like my video, and if you like, then just give a like button, and also you subscribe my channel. And if you thought this could be very helpful for your friends and relatives or someone who are looking for a marriage and all, you want to share with them, do share with them. And yes, and comment which is your sign, what is the seventh sign, and I'm more than happy to respond to that. Thank you once again and have a great day.